Welcome to another episode of Life Unfolded. On today's episode, we will be talking about the inner voice and how to deal with the inner voice that never stops talking, that is always chattering day and night, even in our dreams, even in our waking hours. And first and foremost, I will ask myself the question, how do I deal with the inner voice within me? Practices I do sometimes when I get so bored up about the things I say inside myself, the words that goes on playing and replaying, that tries to define who I am, that tells me, both things that I like, things that I don't love, tries to bring me down, tries to define what I am able to do and what I am not able to do. Sometimes I just take a pause and I try to observe, just to be a watcher, so to say. Just observe it. And each time I do that, I come out of that practice feeling that I am not that voice, that there is more to that voice that keeps talking, that behind that voice is something greater. Behind that talking, that inner talking is something greater. And I also realized that I can change the way I talk to myself. I can change that inner talk. Having realized that behind the talker, behind the inner talk, there is something greater. I then change the kind of things that automatically runs at the back of my mind, in the theater of my mind, the dramas, the horror movies, the tragedies, the comedies, the thrillers, the obscene scenes that keeps playing in my mind, a lot of them, so I just watch, just be the watcher, and I observe, and it comes to a point whereby I decide to, switch plays, choose to be in the comedy side of it, choose to be, whenever I find myself in the dramatic, horror, obscene, negative side of those images that keeps playing in my mind, I just switch. It just takes a lot of it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of hard work to switch from one pole to the other, to change the way the talk affects the way I feel from inside. So I just watch, and after watching I decide to change. And sometimes there's another practice, like being still, like placing your energy, placing your attention on different points in the body. By doing so, those inner talk, the inner voice just slows down, and from slowing down, it goes down to the point where it just stops. If you're patient enough. So how do I do that? I just bring my attention to this part of my body, part of my face, and each time you bring your attention to this part of the face, there seems to be reduction in both stress, both tension. There seems to be relaxation of all the energy, all the parts of your body. There seems to be a drop down of the inner talk, the inner voice that keeps going on in your head. So the moment you put your attention there, it slows down. It slows down. If you continuously keep your attention in that part of the body, there's this stillness that you attain, and that stillness is interesting. You always want to go there, you always want to feel that, even with the chaotic experiences we encounter in the course of our days. Sometimes you just need to go back and be still and know that I am God.